Welcome to Shom Achshav on the Daf. We're holding in Menachos Daf Kuv Dalet. The Gemara, in the end of the 12th parak of Maseches Menachos, the Gemara brings the Agato Mav Yitzchok Piman Ishtanes Mincha Shneimar Bo Nefesh. Why does it say Nefesh by Mincha? Amar Kadosh Baruch Hu Midarkoi Lehavi Mincha. Who brings a Mincha? Ani. A poor man brings Ani. Ma'ale Yelov Kilu Hikriv Nafshol Lefonai. It's as if he brought his Nefesh to Kadosh Baruch Hu. So the Ponim Yafos, the Baal HaFlo already asks, why does an Ani bring a Mincha? The Chorah, he says, a one bird is cheaper than a Mincha. Even though the Mashmos of Oile V'Yoyred is the Mincha is cheaper than the birds, that's only if you bring two birds. And if you bring as an Idava one bird, and the Mincha you have to bring Shemen V'Levoin, you have to bring oil and the spice, so he's worth more. So why does the Ani bring a Mincha and not a bird? So Baal HaFlo answers, he says, he brings the Gemara in Ksuvis that the Mizbeach is amazing, meaning every time all the sustenance of the world depends on the Mizbeach. And therefore, when you bring a Korban to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that brings Shefa to all the things that this item is coming in the Mizbeach belongs to. And he proves that from the Gemara in Bo Basra. The Gemara Basra says that Keshemichar Rabayis, there was some Prushim who didn't want to eat meat and they didn't want to drink wine. He says, how can we eat meat that came on the Mizbeach and now you don't have the Mizbeach? So he told them, if so, don't eat bread, because you don't have menachos. So you see, the mizbeach takes care of the meat in the world, and the menachos are being taken care of with the lechem. So he mainly says like this: the rich people, they have flock, they have birds, they have animals, so they bring to the Beis Hamikdash animals and birds. But the poor, he doesn't have that. All he has, what does he have? He brings the Mishnah in Ksuvis. So therefore, he brings a mincha, so there'll be a shefa for all the flour in the world. So not that it's cheaper, but it takes care of his things that he needs in the world. That is the mahalach of the hafla. The Chasam Sofer in the Torah Moshe in Parshas Vayikra, he brings the question of the hafla, and he says the answer is like this: the ani, what does the ani get from Am Yisrael? Leket shechopeo. What is leket shechopeo? Is matanos that you give to the anim from the grain of the field. So the ani has no money at all. He has no money to buy anything. But grain he has because he has matos anim. So that's why he brings mincha specifically, which comes from the leket shechopeo. And he adds, that's what he means, he's bringing the nefesh, because the leket shechopeo, that's his food. He's taking away from his daily food the small things that he gets as a gift from others to give it to Kadosh Baruch Hu, so he's makriv nafsho aleh. But the Sfas Emes in Vayikra Taf Resh Mem Beis says something not over nifla me'od. And he starts with a question which is nergia to the shir we just spoke about a few days ago. That why you're telling that a special but the honey is makriv nafsho? Because klape shemaya there's a difference if he's makriv something which is worth a lot or worth a little. We mentioned the Eila, Kadosh Baruch Hu doesn't care the amount of the Korban. And Adarabah, the Tviyah is each one to give proportionally to what he owns as much as he can. So the Ani gives a small thing based on the money that he has, and the Usher gives a large thing based on what he has. Says the Sfas Emes, the pshat over here is like this: someone who brings a Korban Oilo, he's bringing a much more higher in spiritual level to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because the oil is coming from an animal who has a nefesh, who is a chai. So when he brings the oil represents him. He's saying, and not only that I'm getting connected to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and my physical body, but my nefesh is getting close to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When a person brings the oil, he's doing much bigger closeness to Hashem. He's ma'ale the chai, not only the tzemeach. A person who brings a mincha, he's an ani. He's not ani in money. He's ani bedas. That means he feels, I'm not in the place that I could come and bring to HaKadosh Baruch Hu such a high level that to bring an oil. I'm not there. I can bring some flour that pretends it's semeach. I can bring that to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but not more than that. Says the Sfas Emes, when a person knows his madrego, and he knows that I want to jump up to where I don't belong. I don't want to pretend to bring oil where I don't belong there. That is actually the right, correct avodas Hashem. It brings the Taz and Orach Chaim. What is mamid l'shem shamayim? He doesn't want to do more than what he knows where he belongs to. He does less better. Someone who comes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that way, and he says, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I want to get close to you, but I'm not there yet. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is accepting that mincha, ki'ilu hikriv nafshoi, as if he brought an oilo. Because if a person recognizes his place and he's yearning to get higher, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is machshiv that. That is the idea of the minchas ani, the mincha of an ani bedas that's not in the level yet to be oivit Hashem fully. Anyone who wants to join or sponsor the Shomachshava Shiurim, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.